This is Voice of Korea.
We begin the English language transmission from Pyongyang, the capital of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Here is Mixed Colors, Song of General Kim Il-sung. Prisoner meal, chorus, Song of General Kim Il-sung. First Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, First Chairman of the National Defense Commission of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army, visited the Kumsusan Palace of the Sun at 0 hours on April the 15th, on the occasion of the Day of the Sun, the birth anniversary of great President Kim Il-sung. She was accompanied by Choi Ryong-hye and the senior officials of the armed forces organs. Respected Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un entered the hall where full-length statues of great generalissimo Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il are standing. Set up on both sides of the statues were flags of the party and the republic, and colors and the guard of honor of the three services of the Korean People's Army and the Worker Peasant Red Guard was lining up. The commander of the Guard of Honor offered a salute towards the statues of generalissimos Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. The floral basket was laid before the statues in the name of Kim Jong-un. Another floral basket was laid in the name of the Korean People's Army. Together with the participants, respected Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un paid respect to the statues of generalissimos Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. He entered the Hall of Immortality, where the great leader generalissimo Kim Il-sung is laid in state. Kim Jong-un, together with the participants, made the bow to Kim Il-sung, paying noble respects with the deepest reverence. He looked round the room, keeping the orders awarded to Kim Il-sung. He entered the Hall of Immortality, where the great leader generalissimo Kim Jong-il is laid in state. He, together with the participants, made the bow to Kim Jong-il, paying noble respects with the deepest reverence. A national meeting was held at the Pyongyang Indoor Stadium on Monday on the occasion of the 102nd birth anniversary of the great leader President Kim Il-sung. The rostrum was taken by Kim Yong-nam, Park Bong-ju, Choi Ryong-hye, and the senior officials of the party, state, and army. Chairman of a friendly party, officials of the party and armed forces organs, the cabinet, working people's organizations, ministries and national agencies, heroes, those who met the great leaders, and exemplary officials in accomplishing the cause of the Sungun revolution of the party, and labor innovators. The rostrum was also taken by D.K. Sok, the advisor of the Central Standing Committee of the General Association of Korean Russians in Japan, Yoon Kil-sung, chairman of the General Association of Koreans in the United States, and Kim Chil-sung, first vice chairman of the International United Confederation of Koreans. Present at the meeting were officials of the party, armed forces and government institutions, public organizations, ministries and national agencies, service persons of the Korean People's Army and the Korean People's Internal Security Forces, officials of Pyongyang-based institutions and industrial establishments, families of revolutionary martyrs, meritorious persons and working people. The participants included a delegation of Koreans in Japan for celebrating the Day of the Sun, and the overseas Koreans delegations, overseas compatriots, and representative of the Pyongyang mission of the South Korean Anti-Imperialist National Democratic Front. Present there on invitation were 14 diplomatic representatives of international organizations, and military attaches in Korea, and foreign guests. Kim Ji-nam, member of the Political Bureau and Secretary of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, declared the meeting open. A report was made by Kim Yong-nam, member of the Presidium of the Political Bureau of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea and President of the Presidium of the Supreme People's Assembly of the DPRK. The reporter said the great leader Kim Il-sung is a pioneer of the revolutionary cause of Juche, who opened the glorious origin of the Korean Revolution and laid its unshakable cornerstone, and continued. Thanks to him, the unity of the revolutionary ranks started, and the revolutionary traditions of Juche were established to be carried on generation after generation, and the pivot of the party, state and army, and the system are stood up and firmly consolidated. The great leader Kim Il-sung, who started the Juche Revolution and laid the everlasting foundation of the victorious advance of the era of independence and the prosperity of the nation, will always be remembered in the mind of the Korean people and the progressive humankind. His idea and course were fully carried on by great Kim Jong-il, and today are being translated into brilliant reality under the leadership of respected Kim Jong-un. The idea and cause of great Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il will be brilliantly realized because respected Kim Jong-un, unsurpassed statesman and great master of creation, is standing at the head of the Korean Revolution, and the party, army and the people are single-heartedly united around the leader, the reporter stressed. That day, meetings were also held in the provinces, cities, districts, counties, and complexes on the same occasion. Respected Kim Jong-un received gifts presented by the Vice Director General of the International Institute of the Treaty Idea and concurrently the Chairman of the Latin American Institute of the Treaty Idea, Secretary General of the Bangladesh Institute of the Treaty Idea, and the Chairman of the Nigerian National Committee for the Study of Kim Il-sungism, Kim Jong-ilism on the 14th on the occasion of the Day of the Sun. And gifts sent to him in the joint name of the delegations of the Mount Pacto Association for the Independent Development of Mongolia, the Mongolian Association for the Study of the Treaty Idea and Sundan Idea, and the Mongolian Center for Treaty Studies, and in the joint name of the delegations of the Russian Women's Union named after Kim Jong-suk, and the Russian Association for the Promotion of the Study and Dissemination of Kim Jong-il's work, and in the name of the delegation of the Society for the Study of the Self-Reliance of Pakistan, we hired to officials concerned respectively with a request to convey them to Kim Jong-un. That day, Kim Jong-un received the gift sent by the Democratic Congo International Committee for the Study of the Treaty Idea. Respected Kim Jong-un was named honorary chairman of the Nigerian National Committee for the Study of Kim Il-sungism, Kim Jong-ilism. The ceremony took place in Abuja on the 8th to rename the Nigerian National Committee for the Study of the Treaty Idea, the Nigerian National Committee for the Study of Kim Il-sungism, Kim Jong-ilism, and send a certificate of the honorary chairman to respected Kim Jong-un. Present day were personages and members of different Treaty Idea study organizations in Nigeria, students of Abuja University, and DPRK Embassy Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary to Nigeria and its embassy staff members. The certificate of the honorary chairman was handed over to the Korean ambassador amid enthusiastic applause of the participants. A message of greetings to Kim Jong-un was adopted at the ceremony. Johnny Hwan, co-chairman of the Kim Il-sung Kim Jong-il Foundation, presents the floral basket to respected Kim Jong-un. The floral basket was handed over to an official concerned on the 14th by Johnny Hwan, who flew in Pyongyang that day on the occasion of the Day of the Sun. Respected Kim Jong-un on the 14th received the floral basket sent on the occasion of the Day of the Sun by the Society for Promotion of Friendship between Japan and the North and the South Korea. Gaziyoshi Hisiki, honorary professor of Hiroshima Shudo University of Japan. Ibrahim Manche, chairman of the Nigeria-Korea Friendship Association. Daniel Alvarez Sele, chairman of the Ecuadorian Committee for Supporting Independent and Peaceful Reunification of Korea, and Cosmo Revolio, executive director of the Environment Education and Dissemination Program. That day, the Japan-Korea Friendship Tutor Net for promotion of the cultural, scientific, and civic exchange, and Takashi Nada, representative of the Ehime Modern Korean Affairs Institute in Japan, sent floral baskets to Kim Jong-un in congratulation of his re-election as first chairman of the National Defense Commission of the DPRK. Respected Kim Jong-un received the floral basket and congratulatory letters sent by the military attaches corps, the delegation of the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, and the delegation of the International Committee of Red Cross in Korea. The floral baskets and congratulatory letters were handed to Sang Jong-nam, Minister of People's Armed Forces, by the doyen of the military attaches corps, Hassan Reza Hosseini, military attaché of the Embassy of the Islamic Republic of Iran, and to an official concerned by Kari Yuhani Isoma, head of the delegation of the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, and Arman Natasagamian, acting head of the delegation of the International Committee of Red Cross, respectively, on the 14th. respected Marshal Kim Jong-un received a letter from the Central Standing Committee of the General Association of Korean Residents in Japan on the 15th, on the occasion of the Day of the Sun. The letter said the great generalissimo Kim Il-sung was an unsurpassed thinker and theoretician who created the immortal Tzuchi idea and opened up the era of Tzuchi, a new era of human history, and an outstanding leader who built a socialist system centered on the popular masses in Korea, the first of its kind in the 5,000-year-long history of the nation, and continued. Generalissimo Kim Il-sung remains alive forever as the great leader of the people, peerless patriot, and the son of Tzuchi, as he performed immortal exploits for the country and people, for the times and history, with his profound ideas and theories, uncommon leadership, and noble virtues. He was the resuscitator of the Korean compatriots in Japan, who liberated them from the miserable fate of members of a ruined nation taken to an alien land and brought them up as proud overseas citizens of an independent sovereign state shining with the name of the sun. Today, the cause of Tzuchi, pioneered and glorified by great generalissimos Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, is creditably carried forward and powerfully advances toward the final victory under the leadership of respected Marshal Kim Jong-un, the letter said, and sincerely wished him good health. The letter came to respected Marshal Kim Jong-un from the Central Committee of the South Korean Anti-Imperialist National Democratic Front on the 15th, on the occasion of the Day of the Sun. The letter said, the 80-odd-year-long career of the great President Kim Il-sung is brilliantly decorated as the life of a fearlessly great man who glorified the 20th century as the century of victory in the anti-imperialist independent cause and socialist cause with its outstanding ideas, distinguished leadership, and noble virtues amid the absolute support and trust of the people. Regarding national reunification as the most urgent task of the nation, he put forward the justest and most reasonable proposals and ways, such as the 3 principles of national reunification, the proposal for founding the Democratic Federal Republic of Korea, and the 10-point program of the great unity of the whole nation, and thus powerfully advance the entire fellow countrymen to independent reunification. The revolutionary cause of Tzuchi, revolutionary cause of Sungun, is successfully carried forward by respected Marshal Kim Jong-un, revered by the fellow countrymen as another peerless patriot and unparalleled great man, the letter said, and sincerely wished good health to him, the supreme leader of the nation and lodestar star of national reunification, for eternal prosperity of Kim Il-sung nation and Kim Jong-il Korea, and bright future of a reunified powerful country. Respected Kim Jong-un received the letter sent by the participants in the International Amateur Athletic Federation 27th Mangyongdae Prize Marathon on the 13th. The letter was signed by the head of the Chinese marathon team, the agents of German and South African marathoners, and heads of Egyptian and Madagascar marathon teams, coach of Chinese Taipei marathon team, coaches of Rwandan and Uzbek marathon teams, on behalf of the foreign marathoners who took part in the marathon. The letter extended heartfelt thanks to His Excellency respected Kim Jong-un for having invited them to the International Amateur Athletic Federation 27th Mangyongdae Prize Marathon held in beautiful Pyongyang on the occasion of the 102nd birth anniversary of President Kim Il-sung, the great leader of the Korean people. The letter said, it is a great honor for us to have taken part in the marathon held on the occasion of the Day of the Sun, jointly celebrated by the Korean people and the world progressive people. Participating in the marathon, we were deeply moved by the Korean people. We firmly believe that the Korean people will surely build a powerful socialist state and realize the country's reunification under the wise leadership of His Excellency respected Kim Jong-un. The letter wholeheartedly wished His Excellency respected Kim Jong-un good health and the Korean people great prosperity. members of the Foreign Economic and Trade Council's Corps, Embassy of the People's Republic of China, the missions of the United Nations Development Program, the World Food Program, and the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations in the DPRK, and the foreigners laid floral baskets before the bronze statues of the great leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il on Mansu Hill and paid tribute to them on the 14th on the occasion of the Day of the Sun. Floral baskets sent by the Russian newspaper Patriot and Song Il-sing, widow of DPRK hero An Dong-soo, on the occasion of the Day of the Sun, were laid before the bronze statues of the great Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il on Mansu Hill in Pyongyang on Monday. A symposium on the Tzu-chi idea on Kim Il-sungism, Kim Jong-ilism, and the cause of global independence was held at the People's Palace of Culture in Pyongyang on Monday on the occasion of the Day of the Sun. Present at the symposium were Yogami, Secretary General of the International Institute of the Tzu-chi idea, delegations and delegates of the Tzu-chi idea study organizations, and Tzu-chi idea adherents. The participants included Secretary of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, Kim Ki-nam, who is Chairman of the Social Scientists Society of Korea, and officials concerned. The participants observed the moment of silence in memory of the late Vishwanath, former Director General of the International Institute of the Tzu-chi idea and Secretary General of the International Kim Il-sung Prize Council and the International Kim Jong-il Prize Council, who devoted his life to the study and dissemination of the Tzu-chi idea. After the symposium was declared open, a congratulatory speech was made. Ramon Jimenez Lopez, Vice Director General of the International Institute of the Tzu-chi idea and Chairman of the Latin American Institute of the Tzu-chi idea, gave a report. Speeches were made under the titles, The Great Leader Kim Il-sung, who made a theoretical and practical contribution to the cause of the World Revolution and the Tzu-chi idea, the Sungun policy based on the Tzu-chi idea, its importance in the independent cause and reformation of the world. The Sungun policy is an example in defending the interests of the country and nation. After starting the speech of First Secretary Kim Jong-un, let us hasten the final victory through a revolutionary ideological offensive, dated February 25, 2014. Mutual relations between Kim Il-sungism, Kim Jong-ilism, and society. Kim Il-sungism, Kim Jong-ilism is independent cause of humankind, and Kim Il-sungism, Kim Jong-ilism is the great idea of the era of independence. The letter to respected Kim Jong-un was adopted at the symposium. The Presidium of the Supreme People's Assembly of the DPRK hosted a reception in honor of the participants in the 29th April Spring Friendship Art Festival at the People's Palace of Culture in Pyongyang on the 14th, on the occasion of the Day of the Sun. Invited there were foreign artists and overseas Korean artists participating in the festival. Present there were Yang Hyun-suk, Vice President of the Presidium of the Supreme People's Assembly, members of the organizing committee of the festival, and officials concerned. The DPRK government gave a reception at the Pyongyang Korea Hotel on the 14th in honor of the delegations and delegates of the Tzu-chi idea study organizations. Invited to the reception were Yogami, Secretary General of the International Institute of the Tzu-chi idea, and delegations and delegates of the Tzu-chi idea study organizations. Present there were Kim Ki-nam, Secretary of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea and Chairman of the Social Scientists Society of Korea, and officials concerned. Kim Ki-nam, member of the Political Bureau and Secretary of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, met and talked with Yogami, Secretary General of the International Institute of the Tzu-chi idea, and delegations and delegates of the Tzu-chi idea study organizations on the 14th. Foreign diplomatic representatives, military attaches corps, economic and trade councilors corps, embassy staff members here, and the delegation of the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, and the delegation of the International Committee of Red Cross, and the foreigners visited the venue of the 16th Kim Il-sung Year Festival on the 14th, on the occasion of the Day of the Sun. The 29th April Spring Friendship Art Festival is successful every day. The audience enthusiastically applauded the foreign artists and overseas Korean artists for their colorful programs performed at various theaters and halls in Pyongyang on the 14th. The national performance of Art Sports of the Women's Union, Song of Faith sung by the Women's Union members on the Day of the Sun, took place at the Hall of Women in Pyongyang on the 14th on the occasion of the Day of the Sun. Put on the stage were chorus, the Day of the Sun, the Spring Holiday, We Live in the Bosom of the Leader, and the colorful programs. The performance was enjoyed by officials concerned, officials of the Union and Union members in Pyongyang. Choi Il-min, representative of the Pyongyang mission of the South Korean Anti-Imperialist National Democratic Front, was interviewed by the Korean Central News Agency on the 14th. He said, "It is the greatest fortune of the Korean people to have great President Kim Il-sung as the son of the nation, and the South Korean people pay highest respect to him, looking back upon his brilliant revolutionary life. The 80-odd years of President Kim Il-sung was a great life woven with his outstanding idea on common leadership and noble virtues. Thanks to his will for reunification, the historic April South North Joint Conference was convened and the July 4th Joint Statement adopted, providing the fundamental principles for reunification. The exploits performed by peerless patriot and legendary hero President Kim Il-sung for the country's reunification will shine forever in the history of the nation. The vanguard fighters of the Anti-Imperialist National Democratic Front and the South Korean people will surely bring earlier the day of reunification under the leadership of respected Marshal Kim Jong-un, the lodestar of national reunification," the representative stressed. A meeting of crewmen of the Panamanian flagged ship Sea Star 7 was held in Wonsan Port on the 14th to celebrate the 102nd anniversary of the birth of the great leader President Kim Il-sung. Before the meeting, the participants laid bouquets before the bronze statues of the great Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il in Wonsan City and paid homage to them. A letter to respected Kim Jong-un was adopted at the meeting. A delegation of the Nepalese Society for Self-Reliance Studies, delegation of the Thai Organization for the Study of the Chuchi Idea, Italian delegation for the study of the Chuchi Idea, the chairman of the South African Group for the study of Kim Il-sungism, Kim Jong-ilism, and delegate of the Irish Group for the study of the Chuchi Idea flew in Pyongyang on the 14th for celebrations of the Day of the Sun. That day, a delegation of the French AFP also arrived here by air. A meeting and book and photo exhibition were held in Italy, a meeting in France, and a joint seminar in Romania on the 5th and the 7th on the occasion of the Day of the Sun. Displayed at the various of the functions were photos on the immortal exploits of the great Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il and respected Kim Jong-un. Also exhibited there were their famous works and the books and photos on the achievements of the Korean people in the building of a thriving nation. Speakers there stressed that President Kim Il-sung is the most outstanding great man recognized by the whole world, and the man who rendered distinguished services to the human cause of independence. The Day of the Sun and the 21st anniversary of the great leader Kim Jong-il's election as chairman of the National Defense Commission of the DPRK were featured by an Indian newspaper and internet homepage of a Nigerian organization. The Indian newspaper Science, Technology and Education News carried on a full page different articles praising the immortal achievements of great Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il under the banner on the occasion of the 102nd birth anniversary of a great President Kim Il-sung, illustrated with his picture. The Nigerian National Committee for the Study of the Chuchi Idea blogged an article titled "Eternal Chairman of the National Defense Commission in Praise of Great Kim Jong-il's Undying Faith." On the occasion of the Day of the Sun, the Peruvian Group for the Study of Kim Il-sungism, Kim Jong-ilism issued a statement. The Swiss Korean Committee and the Swiss Group for the Study of the Chuchi Idea recently issued a joint statement on the occasion of the 21st anniversary of the great leader Kim Jong-il's election as chairman of the National Defense Commission of the DPRK. The inspection team of the National Defense Commission of the DPRK made public an indictment on the 14th under the title "Insistence that the drone incident was caused by the North is a complete replica of the warship Sunan incident." The indictment repudiated the intermediate investigation report officially announced by the South Korean authorities on April 11th, declaring the so-called drone incident as an act done by the North, driving the whole of South Korea into great chaos. Per statement of the spokesman for the National Defense Commission of the DPRK, Park Bin-hye was met before the whole nation with preposterous sophistry, was reported on the presses by the Russian Esatsas, the Iranian press television and France news agency, the Japanese Gyodo News, ZZ Press and Asahi Shimbun. The Communist Party of Bangladesh and the Socialist Party of Bangladesh recently sent a letter to the Japanese Prime Minister under joint signature, and the Communist Party of Germany a letter to the Japanese Embassy in Germany, and the Anti-Imperialist Forum of Germany issued a statement in protest against the Japanese authorities' suppression of the General Association of Korean Residents in Japan. The Daily Rotten Shimbun ran an editorial on Tuesday under the title "Revolution, the idea of the great Kim Il-sung is the eternal banner of victory of the powerful partisan nation." The editorial said, "The fatherly President Kim Il-sung is boundlessly praised as the founder of Socialist Korea and eternal leader of the party and revolution, as he created an outstanding revolutionary idea never presented by any other great man and statesman in history, brilliantly applied it, and performed immortal exploits in the history of the nation. The revolutionary idea of the great Kim Il-sung is the people-centered idea which has turned the country into a genuine people's country, where the people's dream and ideal are realized. Under the leadership of respected Kim Jong-un, Kim Il-sungism, Kim Jong-ilism is now shining more brilliantly as the great guiding idea representing the present times and future of mankind." The editorial called upon all to persistently fight for a bright future of the powerful partisan nation with a firm confidence in victory under the leadership of Kim Jong-un. And that's the end of the news read by Kim Chang-ok. This is Voice of Korea. Now you enjoy your powers. Leader Kim Il-sung will always be with us. in a milk house. General Kim Jong-il will be modeled as the sun. represent an all-peer position, song of loyalty, representing the unanimous will of the Korean people to hold the clear leader President Kim Il-sung in high esteem as the son of the Juche forever.
With this, we conclude the English language service of Voice of Korea from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Voice of Korea presents its English language service for Southeast Asia between 5 and 6 hours UTC on 14,650 kHz and 15,105 kHz, and between 10 and 11 hours UTC on 11,735 kHz and 13,650 kHz. For Middle East and Northern Africa between 16 and 17 hours UTC on 9,890 kHz and 11,645 kHz, and between 19 and 20 hours UTC on 9,875 kHz and 11,635 kHz. For Southern Africa between 19 and 20 hours UTC on 7,210 kHz and 11,910 kHz. And for Central and South Americas between 4 and 5 hours UTC on 11,735 kHz, 13,760 kHz, and 15,180 kHz. And between 10 and 11 hours UTC on 11,710 kHz and 15,180 kHz. Goodbye, this is Pyongyang.